Personnel security should be applied from the time a candidate is considered for a position, to the time the employee's contract is terminated. Before choosing a candidate for a position, and depending on the sensitivity of the job and the type and extent of access it will have, screening should be performed. The sensitivity of a position is measured by the damage the person who holds it could cause, accidentally or intentionally. This harm is usually proportional to the privileges and access the position allows and requires the employee to have. The more sensitive a position is, the more thorough a screening process should be. Screening would include performing background checks, reference and education verification, and security clearance validation. These checks help to prove if the candidate has the required skills, qualifications, and trustworthiness. Performing online screening activities, such as social media checks, has become standard for many organizations. After confirming that a candidate fits all the requirements, and passes the screening process, the employee would be recruited. Upon being employed, the candidate has to sign an employment agreement, which specifies the rules and policies of the organization, and the security requirements of the job. Upon signing, the employee states that he fully understands the documents, and that he will be held accountable in case of non-compliance. For some positions, a non-disclosure agreement could be required, which states that the employee is not allowed to disclose any information to anyone outside the organization, or to unauthorized personnel. Failing to abide by such agreement is usually met with severe penalties, which could reach facing legal actions. When the employee or the company decides to terminate the contract, many departments need to be involved in the termination process. Along with the HR department, it is important to involve the information technology and security function, to avoid disgruntled employees from causing harm to the organization. An exit interview is a normal procedure in many companies, where the employee would be made aware of his liabilities towards the organization. Before an employee leaves the company, all his physical and logical access to the organization's assets should be secured. The time to remove the access depends on the type and extent that the employee has, and if he is capable of causing harm.